Thank you so much for joining the program Talking Politics on your digital first Pan-African news network TOS television. I'm Osaze Isesele, reaching you live from my headquarters here in Abuja, Nigeria. The All Progressive Congress, APC, says it welcomes President Muhammadu Buhari's choice and appointment of Major General Farouk Yahya as the new Chief of Army Staff. This acceptance was contained in a communique by Senator John James Akpanu-Duede, the National Secretary, Caretaker/Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, CECPC. The only party said it is confident that the new Chief of Army Staff will repose the President's confidence in him by doing everything to stem the tide of insecurity. According to the APC, the success of the military is a collective success as a party and nation. The party further congratulated the new Chief of Army Staff and wished him success in his new important and strategic national assignment. On the program today, we take a look at youth participation in politics ahead of the 2023 election. Our guest on the program today is Honorable Owonyobo Gbenga Solomon, a former chairmanship aspirant at the Abuja Municipal Area Council and Deputy National Leader, Young Progressives Party, YPP. Let's take a listen to our interview with him. You're welcome to the show, Honorable Owonyobo Gbenga Solomon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to have you. All right, let's get into the conversation very quickly. Ahead of 2023 elections, a lot is being expected from young people, seeing the NSAS protest and seeing that for the very first time in our nation, young people got very serious with politics and governance. Do you think that in 2023, the young people in Nigeria have a chance, considering the political barriers that they would face, ahead of the elections?
Yeah, if you ask me, it's like it's almost like 100 for us right now. Yes, our numbers are always outraging. Our numbers are always going to supersede the number of the politicians coming out to contest. Yeah, I've been in the forefront of elections. I've worked in government at different levels. So I'll tell you categorically that it is our time to begin to take the bull by the horn. Now, from the NSAS you saw, some of us were actually at the forefront of it from different states, and we do not regret our actions. If we can come out that much, we give them a thing to worry about. We came out with saying we want constitutional review before the general election. It's already beginning to happen. We've come out to say we want some amendments in it. So it is almost like a win-win for us at this point. Yes, Nigerians, young people, I want to assure you there's not going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be an easy ride, because take it from me now. As we speak, these people too are calculating, they're permutating towards us, and all they need against us are policies. But if our minds are made and our minds are very determined to get this solution and answer, trust me, everything is possible.
Okay, let's look at statistics. You said you've been in the forefront of elections. In the last elections in 2019, the statistics showed that young people had the greater number when it comes to PVCs, people who had PVCs, the people who registered to vote. Young people had like the highest number. And if we look at our nation, Nigeria, of course, out of the over 200 million people, we have over 60% that are young people. But on the day of the elections, when we look at that same data, we found out that young people are missing. What are the things that can be done to see that in the next election, there's no repeat? Because if you look at it, historically, it's been said that young people have never been interested in elections, but they have always been the backbone. They've always been the team that some of our older politicians use, in clinging to power. What do you think can be done, young people can do to ensure that ahead of 2023 elections, there's some sort of change in their participation particularly?
You see, if you ask me, it's very simple. For someone like me, I ran in 2019 election, I ran in general election. In 2021, I ran for AMAC chairmanship, where I lost the primaries, which is fine for me, because I see it as a bigger tax for me to deliver in Nigeria. And you ask me now, I tell you, a lot of young people before now were not interested in politics because they felt our votes were always never going to count and all that. But yes, to be honest, that used to be the case, because some people in the back end were always going to come up with different ballot papers, and they take to INEC office, or they always switch off boxes and all that. But now, with the help of the ZPAD method, whereby you vote is being transmitted, I tell you today, Nigerians, young people, I, Owonyobo Gbenga Solomon, I'm going to be out on the street, and we're going to have a test run from this year, going to Anambra election. We're going to have a test run, and next year, we're going to Osun election. we'll have another test run. So that way, it's going to be us against them. And when I say us, we have not larger number. When I say us, I want everybody to get their PVCs ready. Even if you want to travel abroad because the country is not more conducive for you, make sure you travel and get your PVC. Get your PVC, then leave the country. When we're ready, we're going to go to all the social medias. I'm ready to talk to people like Fowles and some other people. So we're going to go to all social medias and we're going to get quality number of persons. We're going to be on the streets. We're going to campaign right around. This media you're seeing will be everywhere on your TV, everywhere on your newspapers, everywhere. We're going to make sure we use the social media well to our own advantage. These people don't even know how to use it. Most of them, they always come bank on us. And at this time, Nigerians, I want you all to calm down. Yes, the country is very tough. They are making it unbearable for, especially we, the young people, so as to leave the country. But before we leave, before you decide to go on a break, because all you're doing is going on a break, before you go on that break, make sure you go with your PVCs, such that when we are ready, you come back to the country and we'll do the needful. And we'll start this year with Anambra elections.
All right, 2023 elections is very, very important for us as Nigerians because Nigerians are really tired of the rhetorics of politicians and all of that, and they want to see very, very critical change. Now, what will be your advice as somebody who is in the field? Not every young person has the mindset that you have. Not every young person has the drive that you have. What would you advise young people to start doing? Because really, 2023 elections is just about a few months away. I wouldn't say 2 years. Let's just say it's about 24 months away. Every day we are approaching. Yeah. So what can young people begin to do? Not everybody, like I said, has your mindset. But apart from what yourself you're doing, what can we say young Nigerians can begin to do as we are ahead?
First, every Nigerian get your PVC. Young, old, middle class, everybody get your PVC. That way, we're already conquering. Because you see, the truth is, when you register, you don't even get your PVC. That is how they even begin to rig your votes. I have run elections. I've worked for my bosses who've run elections, presidential, governorship, in the same country. So I'll tell you, the first way they rig your votes is when you have your PVCs, they have the numbers, they have the database saying they have over 20 million people who have collected PVC, and truly, maybe just only 5 million people collected. Now they can adulterate the numbers. Do you understand? So that's like a technique. I'm ready to come out this open all through to 2023 to explain to you how election is being rigged. So if you get your PVC and you hold it as a person, it's very difficult for anyone to rig your vote. So first things first, everybody get your PVC, hold it. It's your right, it's your mantle to the change we all want. Because you see, if you don't get your PVC, these people will continue to treat us wrong. And I'm not for the division of Nigeria. I'm someone who believes so much in Nigeria. And this time around, because we feel that in politics, there's something called the Northern and Southern Hemisphere. So in the Northern Hemisphere, that's where you have the Northwest, North Central, Northeast, and all that. Right. Now in the Southern Hemisphere, that's where you have the South, South, Southeast, Southwest, and the rest. Now if you ask me, a fair share has been given to the Southeast, and to the South, South, to the Southwest, but not to the Southeast. I'm a Yoruba boy. My name is Oremogun. I'm from Ogun State. But if I'm beginning to agitate for a Southern person to come, it means I want one Nigeria where everybody has an equal say. Do you understand? So amongst my young people in the Southeast, begin to look for leaders amongst yourself. But one thing I want you to do, from the North, Northern Hemisphere kind of battle. So for the North, we will go into the North and we'll get a young person to come in as a vice. You know why? That person is one we are going to groom to lead us into our promised land. Because we need one of these bad guys to lead us. We cannot throw them away totally. Nigerian youths, do you understand what I'm saying? Now, when we get them at that point, we get our own as a running mate. Now, we're not going to have a running mate who is 60 years old. No. The policy is different. If you're going to be the running mate, because we are building it for the future, the highest you can be is 45. So we don't care how old the president is. But we need a running mate who is just nothing more than 45. At 2023, you must be 45 or less. That way, we can build you and groom you for presidency, for a better Nigeria. Now, it is now we calculating and we giving the figures out. We are going to dish out the orders in 2023, and we're going to start to 2021. Some of these big parties might not emerge in the upcoming Anambra election and Osun election. I know the way, the groundworks are already ongoing, but Nigerian youths, I need you all to come together. If you're leaving the country because you feel it's tough enough, yes, please, before you leave, get your PVC. because you're just going on holiday. You're coming back to make the country you want for yourself.
Thank you so much, Honorable Owoyobo Benga Solomon, AGS, a former chairmanship aspirant at the Abuja Municipal Area Council and Deputy National Youth Leader, Young Progressives Party, YPP, here in Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I look forward to having more insightful conversations with you on politics.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, do well to log on to our website, www.TOS for more stories on politics, business development, and much more. Follow us on our social media platforms at TOS TV Network. I'm Musa Isesele. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.